I think everyone loves a good action camera. In the right scenario, they can give you a really cool, unique perspective. You can put them in more risky scenarios than you would maybe a bigger camera. But the problem is that because they are specialty cameras, oftentimes they live on your shelf the majority of the time, and you'll kind of glance at them and be like, is that really worth spending all that money on? So today I want to take a look at the Vantrue E360, which aims to give you daily use out of a 360 camera, even if you don't always need a 360 camera. So I'm going to divide this video pretty much into two parts. We have a car use case and the action camera use case. First, let's talk about car use. Most of the time, this lives as a dash cam for my car. Mounting it was incredibly easy. If you've ever mounted a dash cam before, it's along the same lines, but here I like because we have the action camera component to it. Taking on and off the camera is really easy. Powering it is similar to other dash cams I've used before. Currently, I just have the cable routed over my windshield using the included little small 3M hooks that then lead into the cigarette outlet, which gives you an extra USB port. But eventually what I want to do is route the power straight to my car's battery, because that will give you a 24/7 surveillance, kind of like a Sentry mode on a Tesla, where when you power it through the cigarette lighter, it's only going to turn on when the car is turned on. In terms of the hardware, I love the layout of everything. It's a little chunky maybe compared to other action cameras, but this is going to give you a 5.2K full 360 camera with a nice sized color display that's really nice to interface with. It's got an excellent UI and makes it really easy to switch between all the different use cases. You have multiple different ways you can view the two cameras. Like you can have these dual side-by-side fisheye kind of effect if you just want to see the front and rear cameras like together, but also separately. But personally, I really like the 5.2K panorama view, which is going to be your more traditional, where you kind of have that file you can move around and it stitches the two cameras together. Everything records to micro SD cards. You can put up to a 512 gig card in here, and similar to other dash cams, you can adjust if you want it to kind of loop the recordings, where as it starts to fill up, it will get rid of the oldest recording, so then it will be replaced by new ones. So you don't have to worry about like manually deleting footage if you don't want to. But if you want to make sure you don't accidentally delete old footage, because maybe you're using this as an action cam and a dash cam at the same time, and that would kind of suck if you went out for the day, you're on vacation, you get a bunch of cool shots as a handheld cam, and then you stick it back on your dash cam, you drive for 7 hours only to realize all the cool vacation footage was deleted. So you can turn off loop recording, so that way at some point the card will fill up and it will just tell you, hey, card is full, but it's not going to delete your possibly wanted footage. Those low light people, it does have night vision, and so that way if you want to make sure you're keeping your car secure even at all hours of the night, the enhanced night vision looks very good in my opinion, especially for the sensor size of these cameras. Now let's talk about the handheld use. Taking this out of your car on the dash cam, as simple as just unhooking the camera, you leave all the mounts and the cables in there, makes it nice and easy, and you throw it on this selfie stick looking thing that is actually an internal battery. This battery is going to give you up to 4 hours of use, which is pretty awesome. It's got a tripod built into it, makes it super easy to just run around and set this thing up, set it down, hold it, and similar to the dash cam, it's got a bunch of different shooting modes. If you're using it as a handheld cam, you may enjoy this for social media. It's got a 9:16 vertical, kind of easy to just kind of pop out a vertical video, and that way it's ready for social media. And of course, the app allows you to easily view all the footage, edit it within the app, and export everything so you can easily upload it wherever you want. So wherever you are used to putting action cameras, whether that's in simple meetings, where I personally like to stick it, which is BTS on different film sets, random adventures and vacations, you can just get so much use out of this single cam. And I do want to point out that action cameras usually have the biggest crutch, and that is overheating. The amount of GoPros that have just... You know what I'm talking about if you've ever had a GoPro. And because this thing doubles as a dash cam, which needs to be able to record constantly for very long periods of time, I drove back from Toronto a couple weeks ago. That was a nearly 8-hour drive, and this thing never overheated once. So best believe when you're taking your handful of minute clips running around, you're gonna be just fine. As always, I'd love to hear what you guys think down in the comments below. Is this an action camera / dash cam you would pick up? Thanks so much for watching. I'll see you guys in the next video.